everyone. I'm Stacy Clark, and today we have a PC3 radio special. We have a special guest calling in. Her name is Alyssa, and she's a meteorologist with WNDU, and I'm excited to talk with her. Here she is now. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Stacy.
To introduce everyone to who you are. Can you please tell us what your current job is?
Yes, I am a meteorologist, test meteorologist at WNDU Channel 16 in South Bend, Indiana.
So I was doing my homework, and I know you went to Chesterton High School, and I go to Chesterton High School as well. How was it growing up in Chesterton?
I love it. I love Chesterton. Northern Indiana in general, really love, especially areas near the lake. It makes it feel a little bit less like your classic Indiana location when you have Lake Michigan to kind of, make it feel a little bit more beachy. So I love Chesterton. I grew up in Chesterton my whole life. I went to Bailey Elementary and Liberty Elementary. I stuck around. I'm in South Bend, the closest TV station we really have to Chesterton. So yeah, I love Northern Indiana specifically. Yep.
So did you do any clubs at Chesterton High School?
I did. While I was in student government, I was also in National Honor Society. I did a lot. Now I'm trying to remember all the different ones I did. But my main focus was student government and National Honor Society.
So what got you interested in meteorology? Was it a love of science or a love of the green backgrounds?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say a lot of meteorologists start out very young, wanting to go into the industry and be a broadcast meteorologist, be on TV, and that wasn't really the case that I had. I always liked science. I really always loved math, so I think my love for math is maybe a little bit more than my love for science. So I started out as an environmental science. Well, actually, I started out as a biology major. So my freshman year of college, I went into biology. I wanted to change, but I knew I wanted to stick in the science realm, so I switched to environmental science. And then finally, I just randomly took a weather class at Indiana University, where I went to college. And I just took a very basic, entry-level weather class, and I ended up loving it. And I switched my major and just went from there. So unlike I think a lot of meteorologists you'll talk to, it wasn't, growing up, it wasn't exactly always what I wanted to do, but I kind of found the love for it as I got a little bit older. And I love science, but it's a good combination of both math and science. There's a lot of calculus you have to take and all of those things. So it was a good combination of really everything that I loved.
And how long have you been doing this professionally?
Yeah, I would say I think just over 6 months, maybe 7 months now. I graduated from Indiana University with my Bachelor's of Science in Atmospheric Science in May of 2024. So then I kind of took the summer off, and I started here at WNDU in September of 2024, and I've been here ever since. So I think that's 6-7 months.
So how have you been liking your career so far?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's you kind of know what you're going into. At Indiana University, we didn't really have a broadcast side of it. It was kind of more, I would say, science and math background than it is like the TV background. So I wasn't exactly sure I was going to go into TV until I just decided, I guess, upon it. And you know what you're getting into, but there's a lot of things you learn, obviously, with the job and with getting experience in the actual field. And it's incredible. We get to meet so many cool people and amazing coworkers, and obviously get to help people in times of need with especially right now with severe weather season that's around. We have big impacts on the community, and it's a really cool experience that I've been able to have so far just in the short time that I've been here.
So how has been the TV side for you?
Yeah, the TV side has been great. I'm happy I chose TV and broadcast because, well, a lot of other meteorology jobs are pretty desk-based, I would say, and I never really had much desire to do, a classic office job and cubicle settings. So I'm happy that I went the TV route. Obviously, I still things that I definitely have to do outside of just, doing broadcasts. But, so far it's been great. There's a really big learning curve that comes with it, and getting comfortable and getting, experience being confident, in front of the cameras. But so far, yeah, it's definitely been incredible. And I've learned so much again in just a short period.
What is it like to be a meteorologist?
Ooh, it is fun and challenging all at the same time. I will say there's a lot of ups and downs, mostly because, there's changes in weather. So you get into a little bit of a lull where there's a dry pattern, and you're not really seeing much. You're seeing blue skies and sunny days, and then the next week it's kind of what we experienced last week here in Indiana, where there was 2 rounds of severe weather in 4 days, and that's obviously very intense. And you're pretty much living at the station, preparing for both days, and doing live coverage for 2 hours. So there's a lot of ups and downs, I would say, in being very busy and being a little bit overwhelmed, and then kind of having some more calmer periods. Again, it really goes with the weather. So when you have those calmer weeks, it's a little bit calmer of a job. And then when you have severe weather weeks, it gets a little bit crazy. But there's so many other great aspects to, again, the community engagement that I've been able to have. A large part of the job has become social media. And I meet so many incredible people through social media. And I also, meet people out in person. I've done a couple, I would say 5-10 days where I've been out reporting, and I've met a lot of incredible people, as well as guests that come into the studio. So there's just so many parts of it, but definitely with the weather aspect, some ups and downs that takes getting used to. You literally have to, go with the weather. So
how much time does it take to go on air?
That just depends on what show you're doing. So I do a Sunday morning show, and the Sunday morning show is an hour and a half. So on Sunday mornings, I'm on for an hour and a half. Sometimes I do the noon show, and the noon show is just from noon to 1 p.m., so that's just an hour show. And then tonight, I'm doing the evening shows, which is actually 2.5 hours long. So we start at 4, and we go all the way to 6:30. So it just depends on what show that you're doing. But yeah, our shortest show is 30 minutes. Our longest show is Saturday mornings, which is 3 hours. So it just depends on what shift you're doing.
So what type of advice, other than not wearing green, would you give to people who want to do your job? That's a good one. You can wear dark green. First off, I'm gonna note. I love green, so that's been a struggle for me. And you can wear, if you get it just right, you can wear a very dark green, which is nice. For St. Patrick's Day, I was sad I got left out of the green wearing crew we had that day. But other advice I would say is, I think, one, you definitely have to be prepared for, the science and the math that goes into it. Meteorology is very far from linear. There are so many aspects that go into predicting the weather. It's the atmosphere is going to greatly impact, the differences that you see locally. So there's a lot, and sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially with severe weather, but there's also really incredible aspects like being able to, help people prepare for severe weather and get to know people again through, like I said, with social media and things like that. But also I would say other advice, especially recently with how much we have to have a social media presence, is I think you have to be prepared for criticism. I would say, even in this industry, it's constructive, but if you want to be in broadcast, you have to realize that a big portion of this industry is people telling you when and where and how you can get better. And that's a hard thing, when you have people telling you, hey, maybe this isn't great, but it always comes from a place of understanding and them just wanting you to get better. But
you have to definitely have, I would say, a little bit of thick skin to be able to realize that, everyone's just trying to help you. And yeah, especially from management here, or anywhere, the constructive criticism, but also with social media, like I said, the social media presence that you have to have, anybody gets to comment anything about what you're doing. And again, that may sometimes be a little bit less constructive. So you just have to be aware that in this industry, if you're going to be in front of the camera specifically, you're going to have to deal with, either constructive criticism or not so constructive criticism. So take that into account when you're deciding, if this industry is for you.
Well, that's some great advice. Now that we know about your job, let's find out more about you. We're going to go with a few off-the-wall questions. First, what's your favorite animal?
Ooh, my favorite animal, a cat. I have a cat. I love my cats. So yeah, I would say cat. Cats over dogs over here.
Well, that's a cool favorite animal. I probably have to say my favorite animal is an elephant.
I love elephants. That's great.
Yeah. So for our second question, Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Ooh, Dunkin'. And that would have changed probably a year ago. I used to be Starbucks, but I kind of go in and out. I drink one too much and then I get over it, so I switch to the other one. But right now I'm on Dunkin'. Yeah,
Dunkin's probably one of my favorites. One of my favorite things to get there is the strawberry donut with the sprinkles. What's your favorite thing to get there?
Ooh. I actually am not a huge donut fan. It's going to have to be coffee. I got a little bit of a coffee addiction going on. Recently I've been getting I think it's a blueberry latte. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a good combination if you try it.
Okay, third question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, my favorite ice cream flavor? Okay, I would say, again, this one changes so much. Right now I'm on espresso, or I love a coffee flavored ice cream.
Oh, well, I probably like chocolate with sprinkles. So what's your favorite topping in your ice cream?
My favorite topping. I when I go and get froyo, I pour on cookie dough. I'm a big cookie dough fan. So I would say cookie dough if that's an option.
Yeah, I like cookie dough too. So fourth, books or movies?
And I wish I could say books. I like to read. I just have I'm working on my life work balance right now. So once I fix that, I will be a reader. But currently, I would say movies. I just don't have a lot of time to read right now.
Yeah, I like movies better too. My favorite movie is probably Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, Not Very Good Rotten Day. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Man, people are going to think this is funny. I love Twilight. Every single one of them, I think they're great. I know they're a little bit corny, but I would say Twilight. I love them.
Which team?
Jacob, for sure. Sure.
So lastly, what's your dream vacation destination?
Ooh, my dream vacation destination. Yeah. I did a whole Europe trip this summer after graduating college, so I crossed a lot of them off. But I would say, I'm going to say Hawaii. I really want to go to Hawaii.
Well, that's funny, because actually, that's my dream vacation destination.
There we go. We got the same one.
Yeah. So let's get back to Europe a bit. How was it?
It was incredible. It was a little bit of a treat that me and my friends decided after graduation we deserved a trip. So we went for over 2 weeks, and we traveled to 6 or 7 different cities. We went to France. We went to Italy. We went to Greece, and it was incredible. Every day I want to go back. So hopefully I'm planning another one soon.
So thanks for joining me. This was a pleasure. Thanks to my guest, Alyssa. Check her out on WNDU. And I'm Stacy Clark, and this is PC Radio.